Doc Green and the very first episode of Crossroads. That's all on KYTV, the station of the future. But now it's time to welcome BBC viewers who understandably opt out of their own programs to join us here for this special anniversary. Yes, exactly 2 years after the very first postponement of our launch, we're proud to present at last the launch of KYTV.
Quality is KYTV. KYTV is the station for the family, with fun for all the kids to see. Plus rampant sexuality, nudity and loyalty is the last word in quality. It's KYTV.
The presenters of KYTV, please welcome Mr. Mike Channel. Mike Flex. The continuity announcer. An adapter.
Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, meine Damen und Herren, welcome to KYTV. Bienvenue à KYTV. Willkommen in KYTV. This special evening, ce soir spécial, diese spezielle Nacht, marks the first in a series of simultaneous transmissions. Marks the first in a series of simultaneous transmissions. Mike.
Yes, I don't know why you're bothering, actually, Mike. We're only, in fact, going out in the Pevensey area at the minute. Never mind. What a tremendous day for television, Anna.
Yes, indeed, Mike.
And without sounding pompous, I think also a great cultural moment as well, because KYTV is very much in the business of entertaining, informing and educating, and not just making money.
And that's absolutely right, Mike. I like your tie, by the way.
Well, thank you very much, Anna. It's actually a genuine Thai silk, and it's only £9.99. In fact, from Sofa Shop, our comfy dollar-deal home shopping channel. You spend, we send.
Well, that's a fantastic bargain, Mike.
Yes, and it's one that's available to all our viewers if they dial this number, 03456055512.
Great. Well, we were just telling you about our cultural output.
Oh, I'm sorry, Anna. I was so excited about the tie, I forgot to tell you it is completely machine washable.
Well, I'm glad you remembered in time.
Yes. Oh, and speaking of time, Anna, I like your watch, by the way.
Ah, well, it's quartz, inlaid with crystal, and a great bargain at only $35.99 from Silver Shop, our comfy dial-a-deal home shopping channel. You spend...
We send... But now look at our political coverage. And we are indeed fortunate to be joined by the former Minister for the Arts and distinguished Privy Councillor, Sir Bernard Cumley-Smythe. Delighted you could join us, sir.
Not at all.
Here's your bathing suit. The gunk tank is over in the corner of the studio. Thank you very much indeed. Well, let me hand you back now to someone who's going to set the scene, my friend and colleague, well, colleague anyway, Mike Channell.
Super. Yes, I've come outside our studios now to show you the glorious view from our balcony, which overlooks St. Paul's here in the heart of London. And as I look out now, I can see the majestic river which flows through the heart of the city of London. Well, it's a marvellous, bracing night out here, Mike.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't hear you very well, Mike.
Never mind, Mike. I'll speak to you later when I get back to the studio.
Okay, Mike. Anna.
Well, throughout this programme, we'll be giving you a taster of some of the fabulous shows on offer on KYTV, the dishiest station in the nation.
But Crunchy is tough. He's unorthodox, and he's a cop. He's a cop who's out on his own, prepared to step outside the rules to see that justice is done. Police! Free! A cop who, in order to enforce the law, is willing to work outside it. Even if it means upsetting his played-by-the-book, straight-as-an-arrow precinct captain. A man prepared to shoot first and ask questions later. McCrunchy. Only on KYTV.
Broadcasting from...
May the 3rd, 1993.
Well, the launch, of course, a mammoth event in the showbiz calendar, and we were naturally inundated with offers from the rich and famous the world over to come and unveil our memorial plaque. And so we're very proud to welcome now our guest celebrity, talking to Martin Brown, Kenneth Wolstenholme.
Thanks, Mike. Welcome, Kenneth.
Nice to be here.
Now, Kenneth, a lot of people probably thought you were dead, didn't they?
Martin, I'll take over now. Sorry about that, Kenneth. Welcome, and very good of you to join us. Now, a lot of people probably thought you were dead, didn't they? Perhaps you'd like to unveil the plaque, Kenneth?
Yes, well, I'm sure that KYTV has a great future. Now, over the coming years, I'm sure we'll be seeing a big change in broadcasting.
Yes, thank you. If you'd just like to...
Of course, it won't be long before
yes,
every home has a KYTV.
We don't have a lot of time.
Of course, it won't be long before every home has a KYTV
yes,
satellite.
If you just unveil the plaque, Kenneth,
In
that
fact,
would be super.
I'm reminded of the story.
Yes.
It's time on KYTV.
A commercial break.
Out now on
KY Records, Bob Dylan's tribute to Kylie Minogue.
Should be so lucky, should be so lucky.
Bob Dylan, whose own records have been selling very badly indeed recently, pays tribute to an artist who's been doing noticeably better.
If I had to do it all again, I wouldn't change a thing.
From the man who brought you classic hits of the 60s, such as Blowing in the Wind and Like a Rolling Stone, now comes a collection of classics of the 80s.
You don't remember me, but I do remember you. Tears on my pillow.
From the man who changed the face of the 60s, a tribute to the new faces of the 80s. Also on the same great LP, Leonard Cohen sings Rick Astley.
Never gonna let you.
All this and more for only $49.99. Out now.
Step inside the world of the new Austin Vondelay. It has a powerful 3000cc turbo engine. It has a slick aluminium finish. It does 0 to 60 in 6.4 seconds. It has luxurious leather seats. It has smooth manual transmission. And you can have sex with it.
Austin Vondelay, for a camshaft with a difference.
And the man said, because I've got the gas man coming round in the morning.
That's tremendous. If I could just prevail upon you
Now,
now
what
to...
relevance does this story have to the ceremony here today?
Well, clearly not as much as one would have hoped. We'll be back to witness the unveiling, hopefully before the end of the year.
Every night at 5, Mike Flex invites you to get 'em off. Yesterday, Sheila Driscoll and Bill Formby narrowly missed the Buttocks Challenge. Today, it was the turn of Molly Pierce and the Reverend James Turner of Pontefract.
So, Molly, Johnny Martha, are you going to drop them or lift them?
I'll drop them, please, Mike.
All-round family entertainment every night at 5.
Your KYTV aerial comes in a variety of colors which blend unobtrusively into your
KYTV broadcasting from
May the 3rd.
E is for entertainment, and M is for mighty fine, and O is for oh my goodness, when you see what we have in mind, and L is for lovely programs, and E is for everyone. Yes, everyone is W, 'cause W is welcome.
Well, let's go back now and join Kenneth Wolstenholme for the unveiling ceremony.
And it gives me great pleasure to unveil this plaque commemorating the launch of KYTV. But before that, I'd just like to say hello to my wife, Helen, John and David, who might be watching, Betty and Bob Bradley, the Andersons, Jane, Colin.
Yes, well, we'll just leave Kenneth working his way through the Thompson local directory there. Anna.
Well, those people who might go on about shows like Get 'em Off being rather on the tacky side I'm sure will change their minds when they see our dramas.
Yes, then they'll start going on about how tacky our dramas are.
Of course, no, Mike. Because we've got the very best in drama on KYTV. There's our classic season of bad theatre, starting with Macbeth, starring Danny LaRue as Lady Macbeth. The Beverly Sisters as the Three Witches. When shall we dream again? Thunder, lightning, or in rain? When the and Kenneth McKellar as Macbeth.
When the battle's lost and won.
And Othello with Gary Wilmot as Othello and Sue Pollard as Desdemona. And there's our international drama season, starting with our P.G. Woodhouse series, starring Eddie Murphy as Jeeves and Jamie Lee Curtis as Bertie Wooster.
Everyone's a winner, babe, on KYTV.
And don't forget, there's also lots of family entertainment on offer on KYTV.
Yes, that's something for the slightly older members of the family, in fact, showing on Dank, our daily adult news channel. We were, of course, originally going to run it weekly, but the title was a bit of a problem.
Yes.
Yes, the Sunday to Monday adult news channel would have been a bit of a mouthful, in all senses of the word, in fact.
There's a new generation of sport on KYTV. Dominoes, sack racing, indoor hang gliding, and 12 hours of top international caravanning. It's all on KYTV Super Sport.
Peter and Joan's story. Billy Bremner, what a little terrier he was. And then...
Well, you certainly get your money's worth when you book Kenneth Wilson home, don't you? Well, KYTV won't just concern itself with culture and politics. It will deal with the more serious things in life too, which is why twice a week our resident doctor will be looking at some of your medical problems, and he's here now to give you a taster of his unique powers of diagnosis, Dr. Philip Persigan.
Good evening. Yes, lady at the back.
Yes, I suffer from angina.
Angina, yes. That's rabbits, isn't it?
Rabbits?
Oh, no. Sorry, that's Angora. Silly me. No, angina. Yes, that's your down belows, isn't it?
No, it is not. You're not a very good doctor, are you?
Well, no, I haven't been practicing for a while now. I've been concentrating more on the topical song, quiz show appearance side of the medical profession. But angina, yes. Well, my advice to you would be to put your feet up and treat yourself to a few cream cakes.
But it's a heart condition.
Well, that's different. Heart, yes, now I can think of a rhyme for heart, whereas angina I was a bit stuck on. So, you got a problem with your heart. Now at last I know where to start.
Yes, thank you.
Actually, I have just thought of a rhyme for angina.
Here, Anna.
Well, today is not only the launch of KYTV, but the launch of our very own Martin Brown. Not in any physical sense, sadly, but up till recently, he held the prestigious role of weatherman at Anglia Television, weekends only. And we can see a clip right now, the very first, and as it turned out, the very last time he was given the opportunity to read the news.
And now it's 6 o'clock and time to go over to the newsroom for the news headlines.
New unemployment figures show that an earthquake in southern Italy reported. Trains in London tomorrow. News at last of. Good evening. I'm Martin Brown. Here are the 6 o'clock news headlines. The jobless total in this county, in this country, sorry, has fallen again. According to government statistics, has fallen again according to government. Yes. In Sicily today, yesterday, an earthquake did, I'm told, damage to did untold damage to thousands of London trains tomorrow morning. So you're advised not to. Mr. Baker. Yes, London. Oh yes. The winning. I'm doing it. The winning premium number. That was the 6 o'clock news. I'm Mud.
Hard to see why they let him go.
Even harder to see why we took him on.
Nevertheless, he's just one of the many big-name signings here on KYTV.
Yes, exclusive to KYTV, Wincy Willis.
Plus our current affairs programme with Fatima Whitbread.
Our weekly roundup of the pop charts with Ernie Wise and Eddie Edwards.
Every Saturday at noon, Robert Dougal's Cartoon Hour.
And our nightly financial report from the city with Keith Harris and Orville.
Just some of the star names live and exclusive on KYTV, the station which, when it comes to quality, stops at nothing.
Through the day and through the night, whether it's dark or whether it's light, we bring you the news, New York town. Come hell and high water, we hear no storm unbound, the greatest station in this great world, that's KYTV.
Well, I'm sure we all take satellites for granted in these modern times, but how exactly are people in their homes able to see and hear me now in this studio? Well, Mr. Burns is our head of engineering here at KYTV. How does satellite television work?
Well, put simply, what happens is people turn on their television sets and the picture comes up on the screen here.
Yes, could you put it slightly less simply, do you think?
I could say it in Polish, if you like.
No, I mean, how are the pictures transmitted from the studio into thousands of homes?
Well, I think you put your finger on it there when you said alpha waves, because that's exactly how they're transmitted. You see, these alpha waves...
Sorry, I didn't say alpha waves.
Didn't you?
No.
Oh, maybe it was me then that said alpha waves. Oh, there you are, so it was. Anyway, these constantly modulating wave movements, as you put them, are sent through the Earth to the satellites, and then...
Sorry, I didn't say constantly modulating wave movements.
Yes, you did.
Well, I did just then, yes, but you said it first.
Well, I'm an expert. Anyway, these signals are sent from the satellite to the receiver dish, and as the French would say, there you have it. Instant reproduction of the image.
I'm sorry, the French wouldn't say there you have it.
What?
The French would say voila.
Yes, they would indeed.
I guess I always knew it. Someday there would be a true reason for living, for starting a family. And now I guess I found it, and it's called KYTV. So take a bow, dear old KY, your
this is Joan Collins saying good luck to all at KYTV for your launch.
Hi, this is Frank Sinatra. Hope all goes well for the launch and best wishes to everyone at KYTV.
Hi, this is Nelson Mandela. Wishing KYTV all the best for their launch. Hi, this is Pope John Paul II. Saying all the very best for your KYTV launch. Hi, this is Salman Rushdie. Wishing KYTV all the best for your launch.
Big John Charles, gentle giant of football, that's what they used to call him. Duncan Edwards.
Well, fascinating as it would be to hear Kenneth Wolstenholme's own Hall of Fame, I think perhaps instead we should turn our attention to a special serial here on KYTV that you won't have to wait for every week because it's on 6 times a day. Yes, our very own Brazilian soap opera, Olé, translated and dubbed by KYTV.
Dorothy. Bertrand. I have something to say to you, young lady. Sherry?
Bless you, Bertie, but do you know I won't?
Now, listen here. I understand you've been seeing Trevor. Ah, Trevor. I gather you're having an affair with my wife.
Yes. She's headed up to here. With you and your drinking.
I see, that comes as something of a shock, I can tell you. What's that noise? See who it is, will you? So, Trevor, 6 months, eh?
Yes, afraid so, old boy.
Oh, I'm sorry, I've took one drink of you.
No matter, it was your shirt.
You complete and utter scoundrel, Trevor. I shall find it very difficult to forgive you for this, you know.
Get off!
Get my shirt off as well.
Perhaps it's Reginald.
Hello there. Reggie, you've picked a bit of an inopportune moment.
Get out to make some jelly. Christmas Day is the very, very, very first day in the life of KYTV.
The station with faster news, fuller weather reports, and fatter and camper astrologers. That's KYTV.
Mike. Of course, many of our new viewers will be unaware of just why KY Telly is so called. Well, it's obviously named after the station's chairman and founder, Sir Kenneth Yellowhammer.
So, on this day of our launch, September, May the 3rd, it seems particularly appropriate that we should show you this short profile as a tribute to his demand that we should do so.
Sir Kenneth Yellowhammer was once described as a reactionary Nazi fascist, a description which to this day he regards as a huge compliment.
Before about washing your hands before tea.
But he is also a family man, having, as he does, 4 families, 5 different wives.
He was then drawn to the world of journalism and in 1974 set up what was to be his passport to success, a Braille version of The Sun.
Sir Kenneth next turned his attention to television, excited as he was by the output of BBC and ITV.
Yes, well, I saw that television was full of highly polished, well-produced, quality programs. Very exciting, because this meant there had to be a gap in the market, obviously, for cheap down-market tat.
The initials of KY, of course, are those of Sir Kenneth Yellowhammer himself. He did also want to use the S from Sir, but it was pointed out that someone had already beaten him to it, and so KISS TV was never to be.
And, of course, members of that marvellous Spurs team of the early 60s. And so to the plaque. It gives me great pleasure.
What about the Arsenal double side of 1971?
Arsenal, yes, Bob Wilson, Charlie George.
Charlie George.
Well, of course, you don't have to spend a fortune to watch KYTV, only £250 for a dish, which compares very favourably with £72 for the BBC licence and nothing for ITV. So I'm not quite right there. Anyway, unbeatable value, as I said. For example, on Mondays around noon, Martin Brown will be presenting his own specially devised series, Me and My Shoes.
Hello. Well, last week it was polishing and lacing, and this week it's walking. And here with me now, wearing my shoes, is the Reverend Christopher Johns. So, Reverend, how do they feel?
Well, they're rubbing very slightly on the instep.
Yes?
But otherwise quite comfy.
Good.
Catch the show they're all talking about on KYTV starting
May the 3rd, 1990.
Mrs. Bainbridge from Pontefract has phoned in to say, do they rub on the heel at all? No. So a definite no there. And Mrs. Chalker from Hull wants to know how many shoes you have at home, Reverend.
Can you bear the suspense? Tune in on Monday and find out.
Buy a dish and get a dishy dish. The Dishy Dish Girls are going to be round your parts today. Yes, they're going to be sourcing around your area today. If they see one dish up on your roof, then you'll get another one absolutely free. So not only will you get a free erection, but you'll be able to look at a lovely pair. Don't you, Dick? Get a dish.
Well, that just about brings us to the end of this historic launch.
A quick look at what some of the papers are saying about it.
Hugely disappointing, no good, low quality.
Hugely good quality, then. Those are just some of the words being used to describe it.
What does excretia mean?
And don't forget, if you've half a mind to subscribe to KYTV, and that's all you'll need, just look out for one of our Dishy Dish Girls in your local high street. Go up to her and say, I'll never be stuck with KY Telly. Give her £250 and she'll give you a KYTV satellite dish absolutely free. Anna.
Just time left to check on Kenneth Wolstenholme.
With 4 koalas and a tin of grease paint. So it gives me great pleasure, at last, to unveil this plaque.
This plaque commemorates the spilt the lunch of KYVT. Well, at least they got the date right, eventually. Terrific. Oh, that was well worth was waiting for. Anna.
Sensational. Well, all that remains then is to say thank you to Kenneth Wolstenholme, Dr. Persigo and Sir Bernard Cumley Smythe, and to remind you to be good to each other.
Yes, and always look on the bright side.
And just remember that an owl in a sack troubles no man. So, until next week, we'll be here.
If you'll be there.
And if you'll be there...
We'll be there too.
Yes.
Next week, BBC viewers will join us for our live and exclusive coverage of the World Welterweight Boxing Championship. But finally, some optimistic news from Strangeways Prison tonight. The authorities have discovered one bit of roof remaining where they can install a KYTV satellite dish.